Welcome to Tales Over Ales. What's Brewin? We're your hosts, Jill,
Jess,
Anthony,
Michaela. During this podcast, we will be doing a power hour. So when you hear this sound, we will be doing a shot. Feel free to join us, but please do so responsibly. Tales Over Ales.
what's brewing?
breaking news.
It's January 1920. 18th Amendment has passed and Prohibition starts.
No! Let's go to the Tales Over Ales speakeasy.
Who is it?
The password is Cha-cha.
You may enter.
Good thing we weren't alive back then.
Yeah, seriously, we would have no podcast. But here we are, episode 17.
Yep.
Yes.
It's the Prohibition episode, and we're hanging out here at the Tales Over Ale speakeasy. And we happen to have two very lovely bartenders, very brave bartenders, because they're going against the law. Mm-hmm. And they've made special drinks for the episode, so we're starting with Jessica's drink. Why don't you tell us about it?
I happen to make a cocktail called the Bee's Knees.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Named after me.
Actually, the meaning, the slang meaning, is the best. That's what Bee's Knees means. Right. The best.
Oi.
Oi.
Great.
I'll drink to that.
So what it's made of is it's made of gin, fresh lemon juice, and some honey syrup.
It's delicious.
That's very good.
That is really good.
That is the bee's knees. Thank you for making this drink.
You're welcome.
That is delicious. Almost reminds me of like a lemon drop.
Yes.
Or limoncello.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that taste.
The honey and lemon, it was added to mask the odor and the unpleasant taste of the bathtub gin that they used back in the day.
You said that when you guys were looking up the drinks that a lot of them had gin in it.
Yes.
Yeah, because gin was the easiest one for normal people to make.
And the cheapest. And the
cheapest.
fastest.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, so when I was looking up interesting things,
Oi.
so they made the gin in the bathtubs back then, and actually, the government poisoned industrial alcohol because they knew people were using that to make alcohol and to sell it during this Prohibition time. There was actually 10,000 deaths due to the poisoning.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a crazy amount of deaths. And you know, the government's pretty fucked up. During that time, the government actually, like Congress had its own bootlegger named George Cassidy. And he did something like 25 deliveries a day to Congress so that they could keep drinking. And when he was finally caught, he said about 80% of government was still drinking during the Prohibition because he was their bootlegger.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The man with the green hat.
That's right, the man with the green hat, yeah. It was like he got caught bringing it to Congress, so then he got fined, and he started bringing it to the House. And
Which is crazy, like you're bringing it to Congress, and then they're going to arrest you?
Yeah, like who arrested him?
It had to be like someone like way lower
those
than
righteous people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, alcohol is the devil.
You're right, exactly.
Like, you couldn't just be like, dear Mr. President. Let's see, who was it? Wilson? Mr. President Wilson, I just got arrested for delivering alcohol to you.
Yeah.
Can you get me out of this jam?
Seriously.
What's messed up is
It doesn't make
they
sense.
passed this amendment, but yet they were still drinking.
Yeah.
Right?
That's like, I think
Sounds
that's
familiar.
So,
Yeah.
It sounds really familiar.
I know.
Government's been doing this shit since the 1920s that we at least know about.
It's so crazy. Oi.
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 I read something like about the deaths from the tainted gin, and then also like nobody. You were literally drinking crap someone made in their basement.
Yeah.
That's right.
And back then it was the 20s. And how clean could these things be?
Well, that's why cocktails became so popular during Prohibition. To cover up the taste of the disgusting alcohol.
Yeah. Actually, that's one of 3 things that was invented that came, or not invented, but came from Prohibition. It was the cocktails, It was the booze cruise.
Right, the booze cruise.
Because they would have to go into international waters to drink. And then it was also the homebrew revolution. A lot of people started making beers in their homes because all of the ingredients in beer were legal.
Yeah.
So they could buy it and make the homebrew. And without homebrew, would we even have our podcast today?
Nope.
Right, exactly.
Right?
When I was looking it up and it said how World War One helped turn the nation in favor of Prohibition, the whole reason that a lot of people turned to it was because they argued that the barley used in brewing beer could be made into bread to feed the soldiers. That was
interesting.
That's crazy.
But you know, alcohol was not completely banned during Prohibition.
Yeah.
There were loopholes. Like, you could be prescribed whiskey as a medicine from your local doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And between 1923 and 1931, prescription of whiskey increased by over 400%.
Yeah. That's like people now getting the medical marijuana card. Like, I gotta have
I
anxiety.
stubbed my toe. What you got?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they said that when they prescribed medical whiskey, it went from toothaches to the flu.
Right, I knew that.
So
Right.
anything like
Oi.
anything small like that, it's just like,
Yeah.
here's
You know,
your whiskey.
I've been hearing that, like, with this whole COVID thing, that there are some people who swear by the fact that they will do whiskey, like shots of whiskey, when they feel a sickness coming on, and that there are a couple people that have come out that said they've beat COVID taking a shot of whiskey every day.
Well,
Or a couple times a day when they felt it coming on.
Well, they say the COVID is like the flu, right?
Yeah.
Just like having the flu.
So you make like a, what's that called?
hot toddy,
Hot toddy.
right? So just that makes sense to me.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah, you're killing it in its throat before it goes to your chest. Yeah.
People do that with just having the regular flu.
Yeah.
So I believe it 100%.
Also, churches were allowed to get wine still.
Mhm.
So church attendance is increased by thousands of percent.
I wonder how that was, how that changed because when Prohibition first started, they actually hired religious scholars to rewrite the Bible.
Yeah, I heard that
Yeah, to take out,
Congress tried to get that passed.
to take out any references of alcohol
yeah.
and wine at, like, anywhere in the Bible. They wanted to rewrite the Word of God.
Right.
This is how serious these
I
people
read
were.
about that. Yeah.
So you gotta think, like, if they were trying to do that back then, don't you think, like, before that time or even after that time, they revised the Bible?
Well, I mean, there's historical facts that they did revise the Bible several times.
It's just crazy. Everything's a lie.
Okay, this is going down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Okay, here is an interesting fact that I found out. So in order for breweries to keep up with their bills and everything like that, for instance, Yingling started making ice cream. And Coors started making pottery and ceramics.
Kidding.
Yeah.
Oh,
Boy.
And I really wish I could get, like, my hands on something like that. 'Cause I
Oh my
think
God.
that'd be really
if you
cool.
get like
really
a
valuable.
Coors pottery from like 1928, like you know how much money that would be worth?
Yeah. That's crazy.
I bet it looks like crap though, because they were still drunk.
Yeah, they had to drink their own stash. They couldn't sell it. They couldn't distribute it.
That's right.
Yeah.
They had to drink their own.
But even when I was, like, reading it, I didn't realize that, like, drinking alcohol wasn't banned. Just everything involving alcohol was banned.
Yeah.
Right.
And they got some really interesting ways to get around it, like the medicine aspect of it.
Or the
But
church.
then there's also, and church, and there was also, have you guys heard of a blind pig?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That was really cool. I did not know that was real. Like, there was like the lower class version of a speakeasy, but they basically would have like a pig, and some of them would like paint stripes on the pig and then put the pig on a table and charge you like a nickel to get in.
Yeah.
So you were paying to see the attraction,
Oi.
but they'd offer you a complimentary drink.
That's right.
Yeah.
So people would be like piling in to see this pig, and it really was just to get the complimentary drink.
Yeah,
Right.
that's actually
Genius.
our dive bars now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it started.
that's true. That's where the dive bar came from, for sure.
Did you know there are still 10 states with counties where alcohol sales are prohibited outright?
The place where they make Jack Daniel's whiskey. What is that? I don't remember the name. But the place where they make Jack Daniel's whiskey, that's a dry county.
Tennessee.
I know Utah is mostly dry, isn't it?
Tennessee. Isn't parts of Mississippi?
Do you know
Mississippi?
Mississippi? did not
Yeah.
allow alcohol until 1966.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They put their own state ban on right after Prohibition ended.
And then Maine,
Oi.
Maine was actually the first one to do it before it was federal. Maine did it just for the hell of it.
Yeah, and Maryland never followed the prohibition.
Yeah, Maryland
Really?
never
Never.
enforced the law.
Nope.
Hmm.
So
So everybody was moving to Maryland. Well, that's because where is Maryland close to?
Congress.
Washington. Yeah, exactly.
These are all the
This is
congressmen.
all real shady. This drink is delicious.
There you go.
yeah, actually, it's
Very, very good. I like it. Yeah, you don't even taste the gin in it.
No, not
We're
at
not
all.
gin fans.
We're not.
But Michaela's drink of heron balls, or what was it?
Monkey gland.
glands.
Yeah, that she says
That's
that's
that's named after.
it. God.
Yeah, you're the monkey gland.
Oh, God. She's cruising. She's cruising for it. But, you know, Prohibition always brings me back to
Chicago.
Chicago.
Oi.
Oi.
Al
Our
Capone?
Prohibition tour.
Oh,
Yeah, you know,
gosh.
it was so cool, like, looking this up. So we learned absolutely so much about Prohibition on
Yes.
the tour. Anthony and I have gone twice. So
right.
having two different tour guides, you learned quite a bit about, like, you know, and the tour guides were phenomenal. If you're ever in Chicago, go to a Prohibition tour. It's
Yes.
totally worth it. But when I was looking up, like, you know, because then they started talking about how, like, the green door was the marker
Right,
of
for
a
the
speakeasy, right? And each of our Prohibition tours, it started at the Green Door Tavern.
That's right.
And that's actually the oldest speakeasy that's still around from that time. But they even have a speakeasy in the basement. Can you guys remember the name? We were all down there.
No, I don't remember the name. I can picture it in my head, but I don't remember the name.
It's the one that had like the curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember.
It's the Drifter.
Drift.
Remember they took us downstairs? But you know, another fun fact was that that's the most famous one. Oh, wait.
Oi.
The second most famous one was where we ended the Prohibition. It was the Green Mill Tavern. And that was Al Capone's place.
I thought that was the checker.
No. No, Checkmate? Or
I think it was checker.
X-Checker.
Yeah. something
Yeah,
like
that was the one next to it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so that we actually have been to both places.
Yeah.
That were the two most famous
I
speakeasies.
stepped exactly where Al Capone stepped. If anyone wants
But
to
she
know.
wasn't shot. Womp womp. But that tour was awesome though. But we, even in Chicago, I mean, there's so many, like, where we stayed the first time, we were hanging out in room 13. That was a
Yeah.
speakeasy in the basement of the place. So it was cool. It was really, really cool.
It was. Even like in that one speakeasy that we went to with like the bullet holes, but they would never say they were bullet holes.
Club Lucky.
Yeah.
You know, Jess and I went back there to eat. Because remember, like,
Oi.
remember it takes you, like, through the dining room? You kind of
Yeah.
stand at the dining
And
room.
it's always packed.
And it smells amazing.
Yeah.
So the last time we were there, I was like, I really want to eat there. Like, I just want to eat. I think it's going to have amazing Italian food. Still, we talk about their Clams Casino. We cannot find Clams Casino as good as that place. That place was
Their
out
food was
as well.
phenomenal.
That's right. That's Al Capone's grandmother's recipe.
It probably is. You know, Al Capone had a pretty big family.
Do you know his brother was a cop?
Yeah,
Do you
his
know
brother was cop.
his brother was a Prohibition enforcement
Yeah.
agent.
Are you talking about James Vincenzo
Yeah.
Capone? Okay, well, let me tell you, he has to be the most interesting Capone brother ever. And there were 6 of them.
Jeez.
Okay? This guy, I wrote a whole story about this guy because he was so cool. First of all, he changed his name to Richard Joseph Hart. And it's like a nod to like this Western guy that he really liked from TV. But he changed his name because he didn't want to be associated with the Capone name, right?
Oi.
Listen to his life, okay? He grows up. He joins a circus. Right there. So cool. He had a stint in the circus. Then he settled in Homer, Nebraska, and he became the town marshal. And he always dressed up in Western-style garb with a big 10-gallon hat, and he had 2 guns, 2 6-barrel guns, and they called him Two Guns Hart. That was his name. And then that was how he got into being a special officer with the with Prohibition. But he was in the circus.
Oh my! Wait, what did he do in the circus?
I don't know. I couldn't find it. I googled that. I was like, what did he do in the circus? I need to know.
What if he was a lion tamer?
Yeah, or like a trapeze artist.
Yeah.
I don't know, but he was like, apparently he was really obsessed with Western. He was an Italian guy who was like really obsessed with the Westerns, so he was dressing like he was in the Westerns.
I wonder if he knew how bad his brother really was.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if he was in the government.
Well, he did not, when he like literally left his family and ran away to the circus. So he didn't have contact with his family until many, many years later. He actually got the chance to reconcile with Al Capone before he died.
You know Al Capone didn't die in jail?
Yes, he did.
I thought he did.
He died on Alcatraz Island.
No, he died in Florida.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I thought he died up here in Eastern State.
No, he was in Eastern State before he went to Alcatraz. Then he was transferred to
okay.
Alcatraz.
No,
You can
he died
actually
in
see
Florida.
his cell at
Yeah.
Eastern State Penitentiary,
Yeah, we
which is
went
pretty
there.
amazing. They have those.
It's nicer than our apartment.
Yeah, seriously, what the hell? Well, that's like the movie Goodfellas.
I just want the
Where
rug.
they go to jail and they're making sauce and they have all fresh bread. It's
Oh,
like,
the Egyptian cotton rug he had in his jail cell.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Imagine how many dead bodies have been on that.
Do you know 1 year, 1927, is estimated that in 1927 alone, only from the sale of alcohol, Al Capone made an estimated $60 million. You know how much money that is in 1927?
What would it be today?
I don't know. Over $100 million
Yeah.
in 1 year,
Well,
just from the sale of alcohol, not counting the other stuff he had going on.
when I was
That's ridiculous.
when I was reading up a little bit about like Al Capone, like it talked about like how like nice of a citizen he was, like to the other citizens. Like he always gave out stuff to the homeless. Like in the wintertime, when he went out to eat or got a drink, he was always tipping $100. And you think like $100 bill back then was a lot. I mean, nothing compared to 60 million or whatever. But still, he was like very generous in that way. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
gosh, he seems like such a nice guy, but he was secretly like such a badass.
Well, that's also how the mob ran things. Was
Yeah.
you make everyone around you think that you're a nice guy and like they want to help you, but like
But the mob always took
Boy.
care of. I
yeah,
was talking about the mob a lot. But
Yeah. No, but it's all wrapped up into.
Yeah,
they
it
always
is.
took care of it. That's just how they were.
They always took care of people. That's their way.
He even sent flowers to like his enemies during their funerals. They said one funeral he spent $5,000 on flowers.
yeah. It's like my bad.
Really sorry about
He's
this
like,
one.
I'm the reason for this. Hope this
Oh my
helps.
gosh. What's going on with your eye? Is your fake eyelash coming off?
Oh no, I put on mascara today, so they're like clumpy. So I really enjoy like taking the clumps out.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Great.
Anyway,
Great.
everyone's like
I
all
want
thrown
to
off
go
now
back.
by your eyelids.
I know. Her eyelashes really screwed us
I know.
up.
Why'd you bring that up? It's nothing to do with prohibition.
We were concerned about you. You look like you had like
Oi.
like you had
Wait,
something in
you
your
weren't
eye.
concerned? You
Yeah.
didn't care?
Looked like you were crying
was-
about Al Capone.
I was leaning over.
He's so nice.
I wish I could have met him. But I really want, every time I go to Chicago, I want to do the Prohibition Tour.
Just to do it. It's
Just
so
to do
much
it.
fun. Yeah.
I feel like
And
every
the
single
drinks.
time. And the drinks are so good.
Yeah.
So
Which is
good.
crazy because when we tried to find drinks for the show, everyone's like,
Ass.
ugh,
It's
chin,
awful.
blah. You know? I
Yeah.
don't even remember what we had.
You know, actually, the Long Island iced tea came from the Prohibition years
I would have made that if I knew that.
Oh, I have it already.
because it was
I'm
disguised.
doing a wild card third drink.
Yeah, she's gonna do it, but it was disguised as an iced tea.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that came from.
Grandma's old sweet tea.
Yes. So you guys know where the term speakeasy came from?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah?
speak easy. There's people listening.
Oh, so see how nasty she's gotten?
No.
Actually, it came from an old. It came
Oi.
from Pittsburgh, an old Irish woman,
Mhm.
and she was in a bar
In the 1800s, right?
Yes, and she was serving alcohol, and she goes, "Speak easy, police are at the door." That's my best brogue. I'm all out of accents. The last one took it out of me. But anyway, somebody from Philadelphia who was actually a writer was there, and he heard it, and he went back to Philadelphia and he wrote an article about the speakeasy, and that's how it swept the nation.
Oh my gosh. That's
Mhm.
actually, I just made that up.
Now, I apologize for being nasty to me.
No, I just like said that as in like a dumb way. I actually didn't even know where speakeasy came from. I just thought it sounded right. So
Well, I mean, you were right.
kudos to me.
Yeah, but then speakeasy became popular because the bars, like, you'd have to speak quietly a password through the locked door to get in.
Jess made these bees knees drinks, and we came in here and there was a bee in here, a live bee.
It was, and you know what? It was sitting right by my mouth, so I touched it, and I'm like, "What is that?" I kind of rolled it off with my finger, and then, it was there. It didn't even like sting me or nothing. Very weird. It's weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
It's weird. This bee. You go all out.
If you guys lived back in the Prohibition, what do you think you would have been doing?
Drinking.
Oh, I would have been a bootlegger.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up.
I could definitely see Jess being a bootlegger. For sure.
Me? No,
Jess.
her, yeah. You would be, I don't think I'd be a bootlegger.
I would.
You would definitely be. I might be a driver or something, but that way I could be like, I don't know who that is. Why do you have all these barrels of booze on your truck? I don't know.
What?
What?
I knew she was putting some back there, but booze?
I was just trying to help her move to a new place. I don't
Let's
know.
hustle, make money.
Yeah.
I probably would have been a prostitute.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Working for Al Capone.
You wouldn't turn your basement into a speakeasy, babe?
Into a speakeasy? For my friends, yeah. Then I would find a way to do it and not get in trouble. I know. I like to follow the rules.
You know, it's so lame.
I know. What a loser.
Who invited this girl?
What a loser she is.
Let me tell you about one when we first started dating. She was flying into Vegas, and I was telling her that because you know all those signs when you get into before you go into security, they're like you need to empty your what is it called
Okay, hold on. Do you guys believe that it is necessary when you fly that from your carry-on you have to remove the plastic bag with the liquids in it?
Yes.
Do you do it every time?
Well, I've learned to not carry any liquids.
Yeah.
If I have
But like all your toiletries and all that, when you put it all together,
You got little shampoos, you got little conditioners.
I put it in a bag.
And then you take it out of your carry-on and put it in a
Yes.
bin.
Oh yeah, you would chill.
Mm-hmm. I said, that's how you're supposed to do it. And then I'm talking to her on the phone. She goes, you don't need to do that.
Don't take out all your stuff. Because she's like, I gotta go. I gotta take out all my stuff. I'm like, you don't need to do that. She's like, I do. It says it on this big sign.
And as I'm walking through the thing, there's signs everywhere. Remove the plastic thing. So she's like, just try it. Try not doing it. That didn't give me a fucking problem. You know that? I've been taking it out for years. You don't need to take it out.
You don't need to take it out.
But
as
I like
long as
photos.
it's small, they will stop you if it's bigger than 3 ounces.
Then we're moving, and she gives me a whole bunch of poker chips, and they stop me and pull me over and rip apart my suitcase for it.
Yeah, the thing.
Meanwhile, I was like, "What about my toiletries? You're not upset I didn't take those out? I don't understand." The signs are confusing.
Wait, so what did they want with the poker chips? Like, what was?
I guess because it was in like an old Tootsie Roll bank. It was like, you know, those like containers, and one was in like a glass Folgers coffee jar. I don't know. And they were in the bottom of my suitcase. And it was, they flagged it as suspicious. And I overstuffed my shit. So how embarrassing is that? Like, they got to take it out.
Bloomers are flying everywhere. Like all this stuff.
Fucking bloomers.
The bloomers. So, and then she's like, do you want to pack this back up or should I? And I was so annoyed at that point. I was like, you pack it. You put it back in. You know how long that took me? I'll help you close it.
Oh my gosh, Joe. That is one thing I'm just like, man, I'm proud of Jess sometimes for how she handles things.
Oi.
If we were in a situation like that and you were like, you put it back, I'd be like, no, and I just walk away. But
well, then I'd have to put it back because I got to catch my plane. But
I'm proud of Jess. Good for you, girl.
She didn't put it back.
No, she's talking about the
TSA agent that took my bloomers out in front of 150
I'm sitting
people.
here and I'm like, I want to take all this credit.
Yeah,
as much
this
as
wasn't even there. She's like, she had already gone through. She's like, tapping her watch, like, what? It's taking you so long. I'm like, your poker chips. Or like the bag of change.
Oh yeah.
Well, we were moving and we had the big suitcases, and it has to be. I have one of those things that you hook your suitcase onto.
Of course,
and you hold it, whatever, and it weighs the bag. So I know I'm not going to get charged extra.
Right.
So we're flying Southwest. I know it has to be under 50 pounds. I weigh my bags. Weigh my bags. Weigh my bags. At the last minute, she puts this bag of change, pennies, nickels, $50. I don't even. Nobody even has $50 anymore. bag of change in my thing. So they weigh it, and they were like, well, it's over. It's going to be $75. So I said, so I took
Take
it
it out
out.
the change.
Yeah, I took it off. And she's like, well, put your boot. We're on the sidewalk at McCarran Airport in Las Vegas, taking my boots out and putting it in. And I didn't know that she had slipped this change thing. She wasn't saying anything. This bag is 17-pound bag of change.
Oh my gosh.
So I had to move things around or whatever, put this, and finally it went through. But I was like,
I say it's a bag of change. Take that extra money out of the change.
yeah.
Let the change paper itself to fly.
Well, that's why I said, you know what? Put the bag of change in your book bag, remember? I was like, put it in your purse.
Yeah.
Why would you slip it in my friggin' checked bag? It was 17 pounds. I took this shit out. I was under. I was like, I can put my boots back there. I got boots in my backpack now. Tall boots. Oi.
Boy,
Oy.
But I digress.
Oh my.
I like to follow the rules.
Gosh.
She doesn't like to follow the rules. It makes for an interesting time. So no, I would not be a bootlegger. I would have been like probably someone on the corner handing out medical whiskey cards.
Oh my gosh.
You know?
Oh.
I don't know.
Anthony, what would you be doing?
I'd be running my stuff like crime family, making millions,
Oh yeah, think so?
bootlegging across state
Selling
lines.
me.
He'd be your pimp.
Offering people protection.
I'd probably have a blind pig.
Yeah, you would.
I'd probably get a pig and paint it. Put a little tutu on it.
Yeah.
A little too-
Put a little tutu on that bad boy.
People would show up like, "We got our free booze now." You're like, "No, it's just a pig. Like
Checked
that.
you.
It's really just
Yeah.
a pig.
Yeah, seriously.
He's got comfort."
They would hate me. They would hate me.
Joe's face would be in newspapers.
Oi.
Boy.
So are we on to the second drink?
Yes.
You know what else came out of bootlegging? NASCAR.
Really?
Yeah. The guys used to the bootleggers used to soup up their cars to outrun the cops.
You kidding?
And then they would like compete against each other. And that's how NASCAR started.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, true story.
I
I
hate
did
this
not
one.
know that either.
Yeah, I'm not big into NASCAR. When
I'm
I
not either,
lived
but-
in Florida, in St. Pete, be the Indy 500, right? So they would literally tear apart downtown St. Pete and rebuild a whole new like lane and everything for the Indy 500. So all of these major nice NASCAR drivers were coming there for it, and everyone would get so excited, and I'd just be like, "What?
I'm pretty sure the Indy 500 is in Indianapolis.
Oh,
Daytona.
This is where I guess his
no,
name
I'm not
Indy.
talking about Daytona.
What are you talking about?
I don't know what I'm talking
Oi.
about."
Yeah, it's not NASCAR. Plus,
You never
NASCAR
do.
NASCAR doesn't race on the
Oi.
streets, so they would never race on the streets.
No, I'm telling you.
This wasn't NASCAR then.
Yes,
it was probably
is.
no, it was probably Formula One.
No, I'm
Yeah.
telling you
Maybe
it was
because-
because
IndyCar.
Go-karts.
Maybe it was IndyCar.
IndyCar?
no,
It was not NASCAR, I guarantee.
Yes, it was.
They only
Dude,
race on
set up
certain tracks.
Cages everywhere.
Okay, that was definitely not NASCAR. 100%.
Cages? Of
To-
what?
To like block the buildings. Like
Yeah,
they set
no,
like
no. This was IndyCar.
Yeah.
This is IndyCar series.
So you
It's
got the
completely
Indy
different.
right.
Indy 500.
No,
Okay, maybe there were 500 cars there at that time.
Oh my gosh. Well, now I don't want to finish my story.
No,
Yeah.
go ahead, finish it anyway.
'Cause it's all
I'm
false.
lost. What were we saying about
It's all
St.
false.
Petersburg? Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. It was just a really big thing.
Oh my god, you're the best. All right,
Okay, don't put a lie.
Michaela, tell us about your drink. Oi.
Oi, this is monkey glands. It's named after our best friend Jill. Jillian Christine.
What's in it?
Sorry, I just had to get like the last drops of that one. It was so good.
Thank you.
So this has sapphire gin in it because we're not cheap over here, and some orange juice and
I think that was a dig at you and your
some
Gordon's gin.
the fish stick guy.
Yeah, he makes fish.
Let's
we got
see
fish
how
sticks.
yours tastes.
Okay,
No,
And then
That's
listen.
we'll
bad.
see.
Mine, you can taste the gin. I am warning you.
Why do you have so much? He's very kind to us.
Anthony literally poured it.
I know he was very kind.
Well, I poured that one first, and then she said, "Don't pour so much."
Oi.
So I was like, "Oh, good idea."
All right,
this
so
one's
it's got
yours.
Bombay
Yes.
An orange juice.
and orange juice.
Orange
So
juice
it's
and
gin and
grenadine.
orange juice and grenadine.
It tastes like
So it's
Prohibition.
gin and juice.
Rolling down the street.
With the
smoking
little-
and sipping on gin and juice. With the little gin and juice.
With a little bit of cherry juice.
Oh.
You taste that bathtub gin? I made it myself this morning.
Strong, but it's got a nice taste.
Fix your eyesight, though.
Did you even pour yourself some? It's
Yeah,
good.
go ahead.
Yeah, I like it.
You guys like it?
Such a lie.
So Jess
That's so
Jess
good.
wins because she brought a bee with her bee's knees.
Yeah.
Where's your monkey? Why
Yeah.
is there no freaking monkey here?
Dude, I got a monkey talking right there.
Oh god. I thought I was the gland of the monkey. Make up your mind.
Oi.
Oi.
Boy.
Dance monkey.
Okay.
Wait, that's actually really funny because remember when we did that casino party for Jess and I made those cucumber south sides? I was thinking of making that because south side was on the Prohibition and I have this video of Joe going,
I like saying Bombay. You guys want to play a little game?
Okay.
Yes.
I love games.
Okay, this is just gonna be
We love
I
stupid
love
games.
stupid games.
so. I love stupid games, you guys. You're just my biggest supporter.
I am.
I am.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, here we go. There are a lot of phrases, the lingo that was used back in the Prohibition era, right? So I'm going to say them, and we're going to go around the table. Do you remember when we did this game with the
Yeah.
what this word means?
Oi.
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 And you guys just made up a meaning right away off the top of your head?
Right.
That's what we're going to do with this one, okay?
Yeah.
Got
So
it.
I'm going to say the phrase, and Michaela will start. We'll go around the table. You just tell me the first thing that comes to your mind that you think this means, okay? The first phrase is cake eater.
I can't say the first thing that came to mind. I cannot.
Okay, in your case, you could say the second thing that comes to mind.
Cake eater.
Never mind. Go to like the 5th or
Oh.
6th.
I would say like a rat.
Okay.
Drunk.
I would also go with a rat or snitch.
Like having your cake and eating it too.
Yeah.
Actually, a cake eater is a ladies' man. That was probably closer to your first answer.
We're gonna say
Oi. All right, ready? Phrase number 2. We're going to start with Anthony because Michaela's is way too long.
Yeah.
So we're starting with Anthony. Go around the table. Michaela will be last. So you have some time. Ready? The next phrase is bear cat.
A bear cat?
Yeah.
That sounds like a cocktail.
Bearcat is a drunk.
You're just going to say that for every thing I say.
I'm gonna say kind of like a spy, someone that like watches things and reports things.
Okay.
Oh, that's a very good
That's a
answer.
Hold on. A bear cat is a hot-blooded woman.
Does this has nothing to do with prohibition?
None of it.
These are phrases that they used back in the
There
time.
was prostitutes back
So it's
then.
not always having to do with alcohol, but this is just lingo that they used. You know, it's their oi,
Oi.
Bye.
their words, their slang. Okay. Okay. Ready?
You're the
Okay.
worst.
Cellar smeller.
A cellar smeller? That's like a cop that finds speakeasies.
That is a speakeasy.
That is someone that sniffs out speakeasies.
Okay. Well, cellar smeller is a seeker of free drinks.
Hmm.
We were all kind of close in a way. Okay, here's another
Like
one.
a mooch.
That's a Michaela.
Yeah, a mooch.
What?
All right, dead soldier.
Oh, that's I don't know what that is. That's a cop that got turned into a drunk.
You guys are just... Okay, go.
It's an empty glass.
Oi.
Oi.
That's someone that rides you out and they gonna be dead in about 30 minutes.
Okay. Just got it right. It's an empty glass. Very good. Did you use that term in Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
Pass me your dead soldier.
Mhm.
That's weird.
I'm
Okay.
sure she didn't say it like
I'm gonna
that.
start using that from now on.
Okay. Ready? Coffin varnish.
Coffin varnish. That's bathtub gin.
Moonshine.
Oh, what's your sister's sweet voice?
I was swallowing.
Wait, I'm sorry. What is it again?
Coffin varnish.
That would be some bad alcohol.
What does varnished mean?
Coffin varnish
It's like
is
a
homemade
protective
alcohol.
coating.
Yeah, varnish is like
It's like, you know when you see a wood table and it look like I got that wax layer on it?
Yeah.
That's varnish.
It's wax.
It's not, it's varnish, but
It's wax.
Oi. So
Oi.
coffin varnish is homemade alcohol. Okay,
so we all read.
y'all right? Ready? Flat tire.
Oh, that's a beer. From
No,
Colorado.
that's
Yeah.
fat tire.
Oh, that's right. That's still my guess. It's a beer
Flat
from,
tire,
from
baby?
the Sierra Nevadas.
Flat tire. That's a flat beer. That's a homemade brew. That's
Mhm.
flat.
I was gonna say that's like a nasty drink, like a dead drink.
Flat tire is a person who is against alcohol.
Like the KKK.
But what? What?
They're big supporters of the Prohibition.
Really?
True that.
So they flat tire.
Huge.
Say flat.
Huge.
All right. Next phrase is
Huge.
new
George.
one's onions.
Huge.
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 New one's onions.
New one's
New
onions.
one's
New-
onions?
New Knew. Oi. New one's
Oi.
onions.
New one's onions.
I have literally no idea what that is.
I know you. I know. I know. So I know what.
You know
Just-
what you know?
Somebody
No,
answer.
I know what
What
it
are
is.
the
I know what it
phrases?
is. I knew your onions. Like I know what you're bringing. I know you're smuggling.
Okay.
I know your
Yeah.
deal. I know your deal.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I was gonna say like a new bartender or a new person going into a speakeasy.
Mm.
Stuff like that.
Ramsey got nothing?
No, I forfeit.
All right. New one's onions means you knew what you were talking about.
That's what I'm
right.
saying. I said that.
Yeah. Kind of.
What?
Okay.
I knew your deal. I knew what you were packing. I knew your deal.
Okay.
What?
All right. Okay.
I get out of here. I get the.
I'll give it to you.
Oi.
Oi. Okay.
You need to
Next
get outta
word. Spifflicated.
Spifflicated. That's the person in the bar who gets all drunk and thinks he knows shit, but don't.
Oh, so it's you.
Yeah.
Spifflicated is very knowledgeable in the speakeasies.
Why'd you pop it so hard?
I was also kind of thinking that route, but I feel like it's more so just someone knowing things about people.
Spifflicated is drunk. See? Your
That's
first
what I
two
said.
answers would have hit that.
So I was
Yeah.
correct.
You were right. Okay.
See, he
Last
knows when
one.
people's drunk.
Drunk but knows everything.
I said someone who gets drunk and thinks I know shit, but they don't.
I just was about to oi. I don't know why. Okay. Anyway, last one. Oh.
Oi.
Oh,
Oi.
I can see the future.
Oh my god.
Next one. Last one. Boiled as an owl.
Boy, as an owl? Oh, that means you hungover, bro.
Good guess.
Oh, I know it. It's when they're referencing like homemade gin. Like that shit was boiled to an hour. Meaning that's some top notch
Yeah.
bathtub gin.
It means someone drank it and then it go, whoop.
No, they'd be like, who made this?
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Jesse got a guess.
I went Michaela on that.
Yeah. Okay. Boiled as an owl means really drunk.
I was gonna
Exactly.
say that.
Oh, Jess
I was-
wins the game.
I was gonna say that.
She wins the drink
gonna
in the
say
game because she
drunk.
brought a real B.
Really drunk. Hate
Live
myself.
animals always welcome on Tales of Rails.
So pissed at myself.
Oi.
Your mind just sounded like so legit.
Pissed I went with Michaela.
I'm sorry.
God, why'd I agree with her?
Listen, so I found something to do. Funny.
Yeah.
You
Sorry.
said it was good.
No, I lied to you.
It's not called slurring your words. It's called talking in cursive, and it's fucking elegant.
You
like that?
You do that all the time.
What?
No, I do.
Yeah, both of you. What? Who?
I heard if you drink every day, you are an alcoholic, which is why I only drink every night.
Right.
That was a good one. Did you write these?
No.
No, okay. This one,
Oi.
Oi.
This one is a quote by W.C. Fields. Once, during Prohibition, I was forced to live for days on nothing but food and water.
That's funny. That's clever.
Get it?
No, I got it.
Ain't nobody
Didn't
got it.
laugh.
I got it.
Nobody got it but
I
me.
got it.
Do you know that during Prohibition, people were so convinced that alcohol was the root of all crime?
Yeah.
They were so convinced of it, right? Prohibition. Do you know Prohibition lasted 13 years?
Yes.
I had
Yeah.
no idea it was that long.
Yeah.
But during this time, many, many towns across the United States sold their jails. They sold their jails because they were like, we're not going to have any crime. Alcohol is the root of all crime. So now alcohol's gone. We don't need our jails. They all sold their jails.
Right.
Except it was
Crime
actually
rose.
a boom in crime because of the mafia. Because of the mob and the
It allowed
bootlegging.
the mob to take over because they had booze, which everybody wanted.
Oi.
So
There was also
crime went up.
massive, like, political corruption.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Well, they were all drunk. On terrible,
It
terrible
was all
moonshine.
boy like an owl.
They were here. They were all in Congress going, whoop.
Well,
Bad.
also, another thing a great thing that happened during Prohibition is the women got the right to vote, which is the 19th Amendment.
That's true.
Oh, that happened during Prohibition.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's actually pretty crazy because they did, it was the night, that in the 13-year span, there was a lot going on in the world just besides bootlegging.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said it was that and it was something else.
The Great Depression also happened. That was 1929.
Do you think that had anything to do with Prohibition?
I think
I think so.
we're reading somewhere that had to do something with Prohibition ending.
Oh, really? Oh. Oi.
Boy,
Because they probably lost out on so much money
that's right.
during Prohibition.
Prohibition actually cost the government an estimated loss of $300 million in $300 billion in taxes,
That's crazy.
and cost $11 million to enforce,
Mhm.
which back then was a crap load of money.
Yeah.
So they went bankrupt, and then everyone else is poor, losing their job. What do you want to do?
Mm.
Drink.
You want to drink, yeah.
So you're gonna drink. You're gonna find a way to do it.
Yeah.
So crime went through the roof. People are drunk all the time.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you think, people's buying that alcohol, but it's not getting taxed because it's on the low level.
Yeah, so there's it's just like the whole thing with marijuana.
Yes.
There's a huge business for it, and the government's not taking any cut on it
They
if it's
lost-
not legal.
They
you know?
lost billions. That's why Al Capone made $60 million
Yeah.
Right.
in 1927 because people was losing their job and he was selling booze
Right.
untaxed.
Because the whole thing about the government is they want to be able to control
Oi.
Right.
Oi.
everything. So since they can't really control like marijuana in the sense of what we talked about 2 episodes ago about like DUIs and stuff like that, they're not
Yeah.
they're not going to legalize it. But
Yeah.
it was just how that was like in the Prohibition. You know what I mean? It's like it's all the same. So literally like we're just living in the same era.
Right. It's just a new substance.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's just gonna be, and then there'll be another substance after. But so besides Al Capone, have you guys ever heard of Dutch Schultz?
I'm related to him.
No, you're not. That was too quick. Were you really?
Yes.
She is.
This is the West Virginia people, right?
No,
Yeah,
he wasn't from
Yeah.
West Virginia.
I know.
Where was
On
he
my
from?
dad's side.
Shut up. Where was he from? Yeah, that was almost believable because your dad's from New York.
I was
So-
gonna say New York to like.
Damn,
try to-
I would have really believed you then.
Yeah, I know.
I tried to help you. I don't even know.
Anyway,
Boy.
Joe almost asked for my autograph.
yeah. Well, Dutch Schultz was a big time bootlegger. They called him the Dutchman. He ran all the bootleg liquor in the Bronx. He was big in everything that was sold bootleg went through him in the Bronx, right? So when the law was catching up to him, he was like, I'm not going to let the law get my fortune. So he took all of his cash, all of his gems, everything. He put it in like a big tin box. And he got on the train heading up to the Catskill Mountains. And he was going on the run, right? But something happened where he was very close to getting caught. So he jumped off the train with his tin in a town it was Phoenicia. And he buried the treasure to keep it safe. And then he was shot like a year later on the run. And people still search for this treasure in the Catskills. They say that there is a tin there, buried somewhere along those train tracks that holds the Dutchman's cash and gems. People still search for it.
How much money you have in this box, supposedly?
I don't know. It didn't say. But people are like,
So if someone found it, would it be theirs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how treasures work.
Finders keepers. But
We did
also,
a
it's pretty
treasure
cool.
hunt episode. You can go back and listen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
We
know,
go
but then it
rules.
was always
Well, you
like-
actually were the one who gave us the rules in that episode. I still have the piece of paper. It had like 4 words on it. Rules, mine, ship, arg. Was weird.
No, I had a lot of info. Mind your business.
I am saving up all of your notes from every episode to do a special Michaela's notes
But I
episode.
got a page and a half on
I
this.
know, that's pretty good. That's really good. But luckily, you guys always leave it down here.
That's why you always try getting me drunk.
Oi.
Boy.
Boy.
Sorry.
No one else has finished their monkey ball drink.
I'm
Yeah, I'm
sorry.
trying.
Anthony gave me
Bowls
so
of the
much.
orangutan.
Awesome. Yeah,
Why are
right.
you laughing at that?
Don't be laughing at things. You know how she is.
You know how
Who be
I-
laughing?
You know how she is when you laugh at stuff that's against her.
Mhm.
She gets all shitty.
He's never on my side with anything.
Tales over ales. What's brewing?
So alcohol is still illegal. We're still upset about it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how people survived back then.
Alcohol.
Oh,
Oi.
Boy.
we've started our third Prohibition drink, bonus drink, Long Island iced tea, which we learned comes from
Long Island.
Prohibition.
Oh, yeah.
Long Island. It's very tasty though. Mine had a little twist of peach iced tea instead of cola, but it was good. Pretty good. You guys think?
Yeah, it is really
It's
good.
tasty, right?
Delish.
Strong as shit though.
Delish.
Tasty. Good luck to y'all. All right, throw some facts out at me. Teach me.
Do you know there are 17 states that will not allow any county to be dry in their state?
Really?
Yeah, they said, we're done with that.
Really? What
Mhm.
states?
I don't
Pennsylvania,
have
one
the
of them?
list.
Probably, I would see Pennsylvania being one.
Do you guys know how
Oi.
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 how Utah's kind of known for being against alcohol and whatnot?
Yeah.
Do you know that Utah is the state that got the prohibition repealed?
Really?
Yeah. Utah was the last vote.
Oh shit.
We pressed for days. Said Utah, we need you. We need you. And
we
like,
need you to come
yeah.
through.
All right.
Interesting.
Huh.
They
You
said
know-
they said everyone else can drink, but we're not gonna do it.
Right. But you can drink there.
Yeah, they just have weird liquor laws.
Yeah.
They're very
But I mean,
strict.
yeah, they're very strict and all of their liquor stores are all state run.
That's right.
But so is ours.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You can't get liquor here unless it's from a state run store, so.
It's slightly eased up in Pennsylvania in the last couple of years,
Mhm.
but it's still very strict compared to most states around us.
Yeah. I wonder if it's because we're a commonwealth and not a state.
Yeah, we're a Commonwealth. We make up
Yeah.
our own shit.
When I lived in Florida, I guess I was like so young and newly 21, and I guess I just didn't really pay attention
Oi.
to how like a lot of the states have different liquor laws and stuff like that. So like in Florida, you could get liquor anywhere, basically. You know what I mean?
Like even just like
gas,
a gas
stations,
station.
yeah, anywhere. And the bars would be open until like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then when I came up here and I heard bars
Close
closed
at
at
2?
2, I was like, what
do
the
you do for the rest
Well,
of the
imagine what a shock it was to Jess when she came from Vegas
Yeah.
and she's like, and nothing's open 24 hours? She's like,
Wait.
Walmart?
She's like, wait, your bar's got locks on them?
yes. Yeah, seriously. You guys have windows?
It's
in
so
your
funny.
bar?
I was in Walmart the other day, and these two guys went up to one of the Walmart. This girl was walking around. She worked at Walmart, and they were like, "Excuse me, ma'am. Where do you sell the alcohol?" And she's like, "We don't sell alcohol here." I was like, "They're definitely not from Pennsylvania because
Well, and it's crazy because it's only.
Oi.
Oi.
What is it? Only like maybe it's been like a year since they allowed grocery stores to sell it?
Yeah. Well,
Or so it was
a little bit
recent.
longer,
A year or two?
grocery stores.
Grocery, like,
wine and
To
beer.
sell-
yeah.
It's just wine and beer."
When I moved up here, it was only, you had to buy beer in beer distributors.
Yeah, until like 2 years ago, it was beer
Beer
was
and
not
beer
allowed to be
distributors.
sold in anywhere like a grocery store
Yeah,
or nothing.
liquor and liquor stores, and then some places you could buy to-go beer. That's why around here, like, to-go beer is big. They didn't have that in Vegas, right?
No.
So because I said to her one time, and I was like, "Well, we're going home. Let's like get 2 6-packs to go." She's like, "You can't do that here." So like, oh, Vegas of all places has a rule like that. Like you would just think it'd be like a free for all,
Yeah, but they want to,
you know?
but they want to keep you in the bar in the casino.
Well, especially because you're gambling.
Well,
yeah.
you can get it anywhere though.
yeah,
right,
that's
you
the
can get it,
point.
but I'm saying
You know,
like
you
like,
can go to
you gotta
Walmart
stay,
and be
you
like,
gotta
"Okay,
stay."
let's go get a
right.
handle of Tito's and a case of Coors Light, or whatever."
Oi.
Oi.
At all hours of the day.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the difference. But here, you had to really, you'd have to go to a bar and buy it to go.
Even here now, recently they sell beer in gas stations, right? But say the gas station is 24 hours. There's only a certain time they're allowed to sell the beer, so they have to lock the beer cooler.
Yes.
Like after 2 a.m. until I don't know what time it is.
Actually, I think it's 10 p.m. because that's when the grocery stores had to start locking up.
Yeah, I'm
They
not
couldn't sell it
sure
past
the
10 or
exact
something,
time it is,
yeah.
but I know 24-hour gas stations they have to lock the beer cooler. So you'd go and they'd be like, "Can I get a beer?" Like, no, you have to wait until whatever time it is. I don't know.
That
2 o'clock
actually,
something.
because we were in Jersey. Oh, where were we staying? I don't remember where we were staying, but we tried to get alcohol, and the cooler, we just missed the time, and the cooler was locked.
Where was that?
I don't remember.
But it's weird to me that the state, the state laws being so different on a topic like this is kind of weird.
Right.
You would think it would just be at a federal level.
Yeah.
This is what it is, because the drinking age doesn't vary by state.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like everything should be across the board, and when it's not, it just drives me insane. And I guess now more than ever, I get so frustrated.
Yeah, and you would think that they would have federal rules that went across the board on things like alcohol, considering they have agencies like the ATF, which is the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearm.
Yeah.
But they don't have the same laws everywhere.
But, do you guys know the Prohibition Party still exists to this day?
Yes.
And it is America's oldest third-party system.
Really?
Actually, someone ran for, I forget who it was, but someone actually ran for president for the Prohibition Party. I think it was in 2016 or 2012.
So what do they do?
They try to bring
They believe
Prohibition back.
they believe that alcohol is the devil.
They think Prohibition was good, and they don't know why we ended it.
Yeah. They never get very far, obviously, because America's full of drunks.
I was going to say, 'cause
But they have their mascot. You know how the mascot is the donkey and the elephant or whatever?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's
donkey. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, their mascot is the camel. Because the camel, the camel only drinks water.
Oh my gosh.
So it's the camel.
You just took the words out of my mouth.
Hey, Joe. You know what day it is?
Hump
day.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, you guys know.
You can't look at a camera without thinking of that commercial.
No,
Come on.
never. Okay, go ahead.
So I learned that bathtub gin refers to any style of homemade spirit made in amateur conditions.
It's like moonshine,
So
right?
it's just not gin. I always thought bathtub gin was gin. That's not.
It probably mostly was gin at the time.
Yes.
Because it was
easiest.
because of all the reasons that we said before, but yeah, it could be anything.
It could be any spirit.
Imagine living in a home. Oi,
Or
as a kid, and you're like, it's time for my bath. And your dad's like, not now, son.
I'm cooking gin.
I'm making some gin in that bathtub, yeah. You know?
A lot of rich people back then bought out liquor stores.
Oh, yeah, they knew it was coming.
Yes,
yeah.
they knew it was coming. So in order to make sure they had a large supply, they bought out liquor stores. That would have been me.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe that's what I was doing during the Prohibition. I was buying out all the liquor.
you would be because you invest in everything.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna
Hell
invest.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'd sit in it and I'd look at it. I wouldn't even drink it. I'd look at it and open my garage and look at it. Like, oh man, I'm going to make so much money when this Prohibition's over. Oh yeah.
No, I would be like, man, I'm going to sell this. I'd put it in little bottles.
Or just
Sell
throw
it.
parties at
Super
my
expensive.
house. And then like charge
$50 cover fee.
charge a cover fee
Yeah.
to see me dance or something.
Oh my gosh.
Not to the Carlton. Oi.
Oi.
You'd have to pay people.
Do you know what that's called? A speakeasy.
Oh,
The
yeah.
thing you refused to open before.
Right. Well, no, but in my own home, it's not illegal.
As long as you don't charge, right?
I could
think that's the
charge
law.
them to come on my property, use my bathroom. Use my bathroom.
That's like, what do you call those things?
Ew. Oh.
Like sororities and, what's the other one? Frats?
Oh yeah, but they throw a kegger.
Yeah, that's how they get away with the rules in colleges. Like, they're not allowed to sell beer. So what they do is they'll sell you a cup.
Mm-hmm.
What you do with that cup's your own business. There happens to be a keg in the backyard, but I'll sell you this cup for $5. So that's how they get away with it.
We should totally throw a
Loopholes.
keg party.
Yeah. Sounds genius.
We will.
I haven't been to a keg in
Right,
a long
we're
time.
gonna have
God.
2 acres from
We-
our
right.
house.
Yeah, but apparently we're buying a mansion.
Oh yeah.
Oi.
Oi.
But at our mansion, on our acres and acres of land, we're gonna throw a keg party. But we should throw it like old school, like we remember it. Where you do keg stands and
You gotta get an in-ground
Funnel.
pool, and
Mhm.
you gotta get an in-ground pool and drain all the water out, and have the keg party
in
inside
the pool. Yes.
That'd be awesome.
Invite like Tony Hawk, have him skate around.
Oh gosh, that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah.
That would be a lot of fun.
Old school keg parties. I can't remember my last keg party. All I know is that at my last keg party, one of my friends took Special K,
Mm-hmm.
and they were in the bathroom with the water running in the faucet, and they swore that it was Legos coming out of the faucet.
What is Special K?
It's what?
It's ketamine.
Ketamine.
Yeah, it's like a cat.
Yeah.
It's like a cat something.
It's a cat tranquilizer.
Catnip.
No, not.
That's what I was thinking.
It's ketamine mixed with something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oi.
Oi.
Boy.
That's disturbing.
Yeah, but she was like, "There's Legos coming out here." I was like, "That's water." She was like, "It's Legos." I was like, "I need to ride home." I called my dad up and I was like, "Dad, what you doing? I need a ride. Where are you?"
Were your parents ever those parents that were like, if you ever need us to pick you up, we won't ask you?
No. Yeah, yeah. No. You met my parents, right?
My mom told me my sister we had 3 times when we could just call her and she would pick us up and not say anything. One time, her and my dad were going away for the weekend, so I decided to go spend the night at someone's house, and lucky me, they came back that night for some reason and I wasn't home. And she just kept calling me, and I just did not answer, and I was petrified.
Oh,
And the next morning, she showed up at their house because she just knew where I was, and I was just like, "Can this be one of those times?" And she's like, "Absolutely not." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Damn."
See, the thing about dealing with your parents when they make rules like that is that they made the rules.
Yeah.
So they can change them at any time.
Plus, if she just shows up, you didn't call her. Therefore, technically,
Yeah.
you didn't cash in.
My
that
mom would
time.
always be like, you could always, I mean, I always knew that I could call my mom or dad. If I needed help, they would be the first people I call.
Right.
But I knew that it was a
You would
shitstorm
need
of
help.
Brewin. Yeah, I would need help
Before
from
I
them.
call you, I would need your
I
help.
know, you're right.
You exhausted every possible option.
Yeah, listen, I've called the police. I've called grandma. There's literally no one else I could call. I gotta call my mom. And she'd be there in a second. And she'd always be like, I wouldn't even ask you questions. As long as you're safe. And then I get in the car and it'd be like, Spanish Inquisition questions. How'd you get here? Who are you hanging out with? Are you on drugs? Boy,
Oi.
have you been drinking? Why do you smell like pot? Why are your eyes red? Yeah. Do you know that repealing the 18th Amendment, right? They repealed it with the 21st Amendment. Right? It was the first time ever that an amendment and I think the only time actually that an
That's
amendment
the
was
only
appealed with another amendment.
Sure.
You know, one of my favorite facts from the Prohibition tour was when they were talking about that one guy. I don't remember if he was I don't remember the story, so I don't like the specifics. I don't remember if he was a bootlegger or if he was a cop. I think he was a cop. He was like somebody who was trying to investigate bootleggers. He was really involved in it in Chicago, and his wife wound up having an affair
Oh, right.
with the bootlegger, I
Right.
think, or whoever he was investigating wound up
Yeah.
having like an affair, and he murdered her. He murdered her, and he was arrested for her murder, and it was the first time ever in history of America, or maybe even the world, that somebody used as an argument for murder, they used involuntary insanity based on like a crime of passion.
Oi.
Oi.
It was the first,
Really?
and he got off.
What?
He did not serve time. He was found not guilty.
But then didn't he become like a bootlegger and make
I think after that,
thousands and
yeah.
millions
So
of
after
dollars?
that, he started. So he was a cop. He was a cop who was
Yeah.
investigating the bootlegger. The bootlegger wound up having an affair with his wife,
Right.
and
I
she
remember
left
this, yeah.
him for the bootlegger. Remember this? And he
Yeah.
and he killed her. He went to jail, and he pled insanity. It was one of the first cases that temporary insanity. That was
Right.
it. There was one of the first cases ever or the first case ever where he pled temporary insanity because it was a crime of passion. And he was found not guilty. And then once he was not guilty, he actually became a bootlegger and made shitload of money. Yeah.
Wow, that is crazy.
Yeah. I thought that was really interesting. Yeah. Also, I think it was pretty cool how FDR was the president that brought it back, right?
Boy,
and
yes.
When he ordered the first beer to the White House, it was Yingling, and it was brought in on Clydesdale horses.
That's right. To the
Boy.
White House.
You know that we already had a first lady, right?
What? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
We
president
already
has
had
a
a
first
lady.
lady.
We already had a lady president. De facto lady president.
A de facto. I wouldn't use words like that.
What's a de facto?
You don't know?
A de facto means like,
Oi.
not the official. Like, it wasn't officially recognized that she was the first lady or the first female president. But I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
So go on. What's your story?
We had a female president. Because of Wilson. Wilson got sick and paralyzed. He had some brain issues.
He had a stroke.
He had a stroke. So
He was paralyzed.
And she had to step in. And she served as the president.
During that time, he was incapacitated. And she did most of the presidential work and did all the decisions. So she was basically like our president, it just was not officially recognized.
No, I had no idea about this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Prohibition.
Prohibition.
Is this still going on? Because I'm drunk in this speakeasy. I can't even feel my legs.
Jill's a lightweight.
Oh, what's that? New story?
Breaking news.
It is now December 5th, 1933. And it is the end of Prohibition. And Mr. FDR celebrated with a martini and said, what America needs now is a drink. And that is how we celebrated.
To the end of Prohibition, to Chicago, to our love of alcohol, and to all of our listeners for Tales Over Ales.
Oi.
Hey, great job. You completed a power hour with us. Tune in next week for more trash talk with your favorite brute chachos. Follow us on Facebook for all the updates and listen to us anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Tales over ales. What's brewing?